So today I'd like to share with you a bit about how ASME has continued to pursue its historic mission to advance engineering for the benefit of humanity in the face of what surely has been amongst the most challenging circumstances that we have seen. It's not an overstatement to say that we have been engineering our way forward in virtual reality. The last 9 months have been unlike any other times in our lifetimes. The COVID crisis has affected everyone around the world. Like some of you, I have managed global operations through disasters in the past, but for me, this is the first time of managing operations where every part of our operation was affected. It certainly has affected how ASME has to approach our work of service for engineering. But I'd like to say, when life gives you lemons, do not make lemonade, make limoncello. It's got a higher content of reality, and it also has a much higher cost value. I'm proud to say ASME has not paused or stepped backwards during this time. To do it, we've simply had to move our lives to a virtual reality. So what do I mean when I say when life gives you lemons, make lemonade? Is that in challenging circumstances, with skill, creativity, commitment, you can change an otherwise negative situation into something that is always positive. In fact, ASME, through our volunteers and our staff, has done just that. And it turns out that these challenging circumstances have actually brought more opportunities to ASME than challenges. My favorite is that more engineers from more places around the world have been able to participate in more ASME programs than ever before. Their participation for the first time is truly limited by nothing. Time zones, travel costs do not get in the way now. And as a result of it, we've been able to share and collaborate with more technical and very timely information. The economic and geographic barriers to participation suddenly just evaporated for engineers in every corner of the world. We didn't see this coming, but I can tell you, I for one am very pleased that it's happening. But the story is bigger than that. Engineers have been developing digital technologies and skill sets for many years in many areas. It's really that success of engineering itself that has made it possible for ASME to keep right on working and thriving as we've done so. In February this year, I was in Bangalore, India, and got a call saying that we need to have a plan in place because it looks like we're going to shut down due to the virus. We met on a Sunday, the first Sunday of March, and by that Thursday, we had transitioned 450 staff members in 6 different locations, 3 different countries, into a work from home environment. As engineers, we were ready. We knew what we had to do. And we continue that to this very day. The ASME senior leadership team meets every day to address the questions that arise. And as all of you have known, whatever decisions we make today are going to be challenged again tomorrow and probably revisited either tomorrow or certainly the next day. For me, it became clear that we would have to take this decisive action and this unprecedented action to bring everybody together. We have done that. So what that means in practice is that operating in New York City, no one coming into the office, very difficult for us because we're being a very large third-party convener. How do you continue the success if you cannot meet? Well, we figured that out, and we're doing that successfully. Today, by way of example, I will spend 9 hours on different Zoom phone calls. My favorite is this particular call today. I enjoyed the conversation this morning, and I'm looking forward to more this afternoon. Fortunately for ASME, because of engineers, we already had a lot of tools that we needed, as I said. The biggest was trying to figure out what do we really do and how do we operate in a virtual reality. If you can change the next slide, please.
Yes. I'm trying there.
Great, thank you. Now, ASME was built by engineers in collaboration with engineers. So much of that good work that has been done together in person and the way that we like it has been put on pause. We've always relished the warmth and the camaraderie of in-person meetings, gathering, and engineering collaborations. And as you all know, it's the informal side meetings and conversations that are fruitful and just as important as the main meetings. We at ASME are proud that our conferences and gatherings are well known around the world. And despite the COVID, our attendance has actually been up. When I think of ASME, I think of several large groups. Our International Mechanical Engineering Congress and Exposition, our annual meeting, and our ASME Boiler Code Week, which so many have been attending, and many of you have attended. The virtual meetings have typically expanded from a few days due to in-person meetings to several weeks. An interesting part of this has been better attendance, more international attendance, and people now being able to attend more meetings because they're not all at the same time during the week that we're together. That's a big plus for us, and that's something that will set the future for us in terms of planning and utilizing a hybrid approach to entice more people, allow more flexibility, and most importantly, what we've seen is to allow the younger engineers, the junior engineers, to attend our conferences while staying at home and working. I've had several conversations with major corporations and CEOs of these corporations with regards to how do we get better attendance. They believe that in part it's a hybrid approach and more of this virtual reality. So the next slide, please. What we've learned a great deal about is how to collaborate at a global level with more people being able to join. As the slide shows, and we're not just about to go backwards to the old model. We are going to enhance our old model and establish a new norm as we do so. We will combine the best of what has always been great about ASME and what has been born out of necessity in these past few 9 months. And yes, we will engineer an unexpected hybrid future to take advantage of all of that has become possible. We're finding our way to a new normal, and that will bring the resources, the opportunities of ASME to more people and more places than ever possible before. So if there's something that's good that's come out of this bad situation, it's been our outreach, our collaboration, the exchange of more technical information in many, many more countries. For me, I've spent a lifetime managing global operations. I'm pleased to say that I've been involved in most of the countries in Latin America in major projects, and I very much look forward to doing more with ASME throughout this global arena. I want to thank you again for the honor of this invitation. I look forward to meeting with all of you again soon, preferably not virtually, but in person. But until then, please stay safe and think of however we do it, we're going to engineer it together. Jorge, thank you.
Okay, thank you. We're definitely living proof of what virtual reality we live in these days. So, ahora seguimos. Aquí voy a dejar, si quieren saber más del director ejecutivo Costabile.